You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh, how
you know what time it is. I'm brawl with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive, stiff arms to your jaw. We breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown. We taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we're talking about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Sean. What up, Sean? How you doing, bro?
Good. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. It's been a lazy Sunday for me. It's been pretty bad. This is the first thing I have done all day. I've been sitting on my bed watching movies and shows and doing nothing, dude. Doing nothing. What you been up to today?
I took my daughter to a movie last night when I saw Wicked, which is
nice, dude.
kind of the precursor to the Wizard of Oz. So it was a great movie. Then me and her had some Chick-fil-A afterwards and just kind of spent the day with her and took her back to her mom. And now I'm here and ready to do a show with you, man.
Yeah. Amen, man. Well, I got to take a pause real fast. I got to give a shout out to somebody. Don't really shout him out too often, but he's become a good friend of mine and been a huge help on the show, bro. Steely Matt, man. I'm sitting here doing nothing, and he texted me and said, well, yo, you still going at 5? And I wasn't going to, but because of that text, because of Steely, we're going 5. So Steely is officially the chat father. You know, we got Eric's the pod father. Steely is the chat father. I think everybody can agree that Steely's the go-to. If you need some information about a show, or you want to know if a show's going on, or you just need somebody to talk to, bro, you know, it takes a pretty big person to go out of your way and help people out all the time, especially that you're only met on a chat. So, Steely, we're going to get you on here one day, dude. Actually, today might be your day, because we are going to do something a little different today. Because, you know, we've been talking about the same things over and over again, and we're going to, you know, keep talking about the Buckeyes, a few things here or there, but then I'm going to put the link to this show in the chat. So, you can look at Eric, he said. Dev handing out fathers like Oprah hands out cars, yeah. Well, Eric, it is what it is, man. I mean, podfather, excuse me, you know. Only if you deserve it, dude. Only if you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes years to master the art of father. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. But yeah, we're going to put the link to this show in the chat here after a little bit here. If you want to come on, man, click that link, dude. Come on, join us. Let's talk some Buckeye football, bro. We'll see how it works. I mean, we'll see if your internet connection's strong enough and all that stuff. But we're just going to try something a little different, man. So when me and Sean get done with our little section of the show, we'll post it in there. But in the meantime, you guys got any questions, anything you saw on message boards or news or anything that you want to talk about, put it in the chat. Take this time to share this feed on your X, man, your Facebook, your Instagram, the whole 9 yards. Help us get the Buckeye Boy name out there. I haven't said this in a minute, but I just want to remind people that, you know, me and Mello started this for fun. Okay, now obviously everybody knows that if you get enough followers, enough views, you make money. Okay, so, but money will never get in the way of what me and Mello want this channel to be, and that's a channel for fans. Now, will we like the money? Of course. You'd be an idiot if you say no to that question. But the majority of the money will go back into this channel. You know, I pray that next time this year, we're handing out 4 or 5 playoff tickets, all inclusive, plane rides, the whole 9 yards. Like that's what we'll be giving back into. This isn't a sales pitch. It's not any of that. So if you super chat, it goes to Homeless Vets and Teen Challenge, and then part of it goes back into funding this show because, you know, I've got some money invested in this. Mello does. Everybody. We got some time invested in this. So, you know, it takes money to do this show, believe it or not. So just wanted to remind people that that's the hope behind this show. We want to be a giving show. We want to give. That's just what it is, man. This isn't my day job. Nobody that does this show depends on this show for money or anything like that. And, I just have noticed, when you incorporate money into things for fun and you start letting that money get above the fun, it just takes away from it. I promise you that will never, ever, ever happen here on Buckeye Boys, dude. We just want everybody to have a good time. We want to help people. We want to give people an avenue to go to, for positive vibes. Everybody knows my story. I struggled with drug addiction for like 10 years. Jesus radically saved my life, man. So it doesn't matter what you're going through, dude. Drugs was a side effect of my issue. So I don't care if you're going through an eating disorder, anxiety, fear, depression. It's all the same, man. So, reach out, dude. That's what we're here for. That's the main reason. I love reaching out to people, telling them my testimony, and spreading positivity in this world, because this world's crazy, man. There ain't no way around it. I promise you this, though. In your mind, you're thinking you're alone. You're thinking you're the only person in this world that is going through the exact scenario that you're going through. I promise you, you're not, man. I've been through some wild stuff in my day, and I always thought nobody else has ever been through it. That's a lie from the enemy. There's somebody that's been through it that is willing to share their story and help you through yours. So reach out, man. And then we also love the freaking Buckeyes, dude. We love college football, bro. And the Buckeyes. And on that note, that's what we're going to dive into, man. Just a little bit to revigorate our thoughts on the webbed feet versus the Buckeyes. Sean, we haven't had you on here to get your thoughts. So just tell us your thoughts, man, on this game. What are you looking for? What are you hoping for? What's the outcome going to be? The whole 9 yards. Give us your spiel, dude.
Man, I'm hoping that we get the same offense as we got last game, man. I hope the offensive game plan is be aggressive, attack. I want revenge after what happened the first time we played them with the bogus call and the sliding down with 1 second left and them not reviewing it. And we kind of gave that game away too with the turnover and getting burned a couple times, getting caught with our pants down. So I'm looking for a much better game this time from us. I mean, we did play well, but we made mistakes. So I am looking for us to run the ball. I'm thinking maybe a 14-point win because they're playing with that edge. They're playing with the confidence now. And they're mad. And they want to make a statement. They heard all about the Michigan loss, and everybody got on them from the media to the fans.
Yeah.
So they've heard enough, jabber jaw in their ear and being put down. So
shout out Mark, man, the $100 super chat for the cause. Devin, Sean.
Thanks, Mark.
Are there any more OTs that we're looking at in the portal?
IO,
Mark, dude, we appreciate you, man. That's a huge blessing, bro. Appreciate the heck out of you, Mark, and all our listeners, dude. I love I get excited when I know I'm doing a show because I know I'm going to see certain people in here every single time. Daryl, Steely, Caris, all of you, man. All of you that are here all the time. It's like a little family. I think it's the coolest thing in the world that, I don't know. I've never even seen half these people, yet I consider, if I got a random call from Daryl one day, he's like, yo, dude, it's Daryl from YouTube, man. I'm really in a rut right now. I really need help with this. I would help him. That's the type of relationships that are built over shows like this. It's just wild to me. Stop and think about that for a second. That, you can form relationships like that, over a YouTube show. I think it's beautiful, dude. I think it's really cool.
If you look, man, we've built this little community, man. I mean, started out at Scoop. Then we all went to, we'd all watch Juck. We'd all watch the podcast.
Yeah.
It's the same group of people that just go from show to show, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Half these guys live in different states. And you know what? I started talking to them, and now I get phone calls and texts every day from these people.
I know.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? Everything okay? Just sending random jokes. It's been awesome, man.
I feel like if some of these people lived close to me and I called them one night and said, hey, dude, somebody's trying to break into my house, I feel like every one of them would show up, strapped to the gills, ready to go, bro. I love it. It's so cool. But you'll know what brings us together, dude. Buckeye football, dude. Buckeye football, man. I got a question for you, just out of curiosity, because we saw what happened in the Tennessee game. We were able to utilize the strengths of the team, our wide receivers, and that opened up the running game. But our offensive line had success, man. You know what I mean? They looked good out there. So let me ask you this. If our passing attack doesn't happen to be as successful, if Oregon's able to shut us down, if Will Howard is having an off night, where's your confidence level at with this team in our offensive line? Do you think we can still do it? You think we can still beat these dudes?
I'm at an 8 because of the way Chip schemed it. He went to the zone, more of a zone gap scheme the last game, and he went to their strengths, man. He schemed to their strengths instead of when the Michigan game where he didn't do that and it blew up in our face. This time he took, hey, what do our guys do the best? It's not power. We're not going to line up and knock a bunch of guys off. Zone scheme, we're more athletic. We can pull. We can run the counters. And I believe that's what's going to happen this time.
Yeah.
He's going to keep rolling with it, man.
Yeah, believe it or not, I have a lot of confidence, man. Look how much this defense has to play for. You know what I mean? We're the number one defense in the nation, and let's be honest about it. We got embarrassed defensively the last game, especially our secondary. You know what I mean? I can only imagine the fire and, the willingness to come out and prove some people wrong, that Denzel Burke and Iggy and Caleb Downs and Hancock and Ransom and, all the other guys that help with our secondary. Like, they're fired up for this game, for sure.
Devin, I will cut Burke a little slack. I was one of the people that I torched him, but then watching Scoop, Kirk broke down the one long pass play, and they had a blitz called, and the tackle was supposed to occupy the defensive tackles. They dropped back into coverage. Well, they were supposed to occupy the guys first, and they didn't occupy them. And when they dropped back into coverage, the guys that was blitzing got picked up. If those guys would have occupied their man, Sonny Styles would have had a kill shot on Gabriel.
Yeah.
And Gabriel had all day to throw that long ball. So as long as we get the pressure on him, I don't think we'll see any more of those long passes. Plus, we'll have safety help this time. He's not going to leave,
Well, we did have our first person from the chat join the show, but he just disappeared. Eric, you're going to have to come back on again, dude. I don't know what happened. I don't know if anybody knows this guy. His name's Eric. He runs the Ohio podcast over there. This will be his first time on a YouTube show, so he's probably going to be nervous. So let's support him when he comes on. He's never done this before. His first time ever.
Yo, what up, dude?
Oh, that exit button is a it just pops up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
My bad.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Dude, Sean, good to see you, man.
You too, brother.
Yeah, dude, looking good. Get a new camera and stuff, man.
Yep.
Looks great.
Oh, Sean got that set up now, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. You're in business. All right, hey. So I was on Sports Illustrated Oregon yesterday with a dude who is a total nerd who has charted every play for Ohio State since 2021.
Wow.
He gave me some nuggets that I was not ready for that, quite frankly, explained a lot to me. So check this out.
Eric, you did a show with him?
Yeah. I was the Ohio State guest. I'm like, dude, like, you're telling me about my team stuff I don't even know. Like, why you brought me on? Like, yeah.
Before you tell us the nuggets, how do we find that show? Is it on your channel? Because I'm gonna go watch it.
When they post it, because it was a recording. I will share it with everybody. Yeah.
Please do that. Love to see it.
His name, by the way, his last name was Hifladay, which I thought is an incredibly interesting name.
Huh.
Anyways, so he told me something that was incredibly interesting about the last game against Tennessee. Tennessee was playing a defense where basically like single high safety, where they were going to play our receivers one-on-one on the outside, which was stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. And given our offensive line struggle against the team up north, we were basically a one read offense in that game. So he's like, go watch the film. He's like, your first read on the outside is Jeremiah Smith or Emeka Egbuka every single time. And they're playing one-on-one against those guys, which was a huge mistake to make because it basically meant Will Howard didn't have to go through his progressions. It was read and go, and it happened to be Jeremiah one-on-one more times than not. And it played right into our hands. Oregon's not going to do that.
Correct.
They are not going to play single high safety. They're not going to say, hey, we're going to set our cornerback up against Jeremiah Smith one-on-one. But what it does mean is that the underneath stuff is going to be open all game long. Go back and watch the Oregon game the first time, okay? Jeremiah had 9 catches, 100 yards and a tutty. Emeka Egbuka, 10 catches, 80 yards and a tutty. Like, all game long, the drag routes were there, okay? They're going to be there again, right? So the difference in this game is that what Oregon will be banking on, in his opinion, is getting home quicker because they're going to have the big defensive end back, okay, who's got 10 sacks on the year. We didn't have to see him the first time we played him. Plus, given that, they're basically going to say, we want to set up 3rd and shorts against you. They are 33% of getting off the field on 3rd downs, which is better than Ohio State is. And Ohio State's really good at getting off the field on 3rd down. We're 33.9. They're like 33.1% of getting off the field on 3rd down. So they're basically going to say to us, you guys, we're going to keep everything in front. We're going to give you everything underneath, over the middle. Eventually, you're going to make a mistake offensively. So as long as we stay patient offensively and we drive it down the field, we're going to score against them. By the way, inside the red zone, we're much better red zone defensively than they are as well.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this game thinking 2 things. We need to stay patient, okay? Will Howard, take what they give you. Get the football out of your hands or tuck it and run, okay? And defensively, there's no possible way Denzel Burke has that bad of a game again.
No.
He never did it before then. He hasn't done it after. And it's ACC refs. And if they're gonna call this game like they did against Tennessee, where basically it's like, hey guys, we're not gonna call it unless it's egregious.
Yeah,
then you've got Iggy looking like that meme of that guy around the tree going like this. Because that's his game, is to get physical. It plays into Ohio State's hands. I feel like Ohio State can win this game going away if all of those things are there. If they're not, and if it's a close game again, I still think Ohio State wins because, again, I just don't think that Denzel Burke is going to have a nightmare of a game again.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question earlier.
Yeah.
I was building up to the point of saying, hey, man, Oregon is not going to play us like Tennessee did. Those long shots with ease will not be there. They will not be there, man. We're going to get Jeremiah Smith's going to be double covered. They're going to double bracket our receivers and all that stuff. So there's that little worry there that Will Howard, because he feels like, we got let down in the most horrific way possible in that game, right? Didn't get down at the last second. Like, you can't plan up a better letdown or a worse letdown per se. So they're going to have that. Will Howard's going to have that feeling of, hey, I got to get my get back. So I love what you're saying. We got to be patient. Will Howard cannot try to play hero ball. He cannot try to come out and make up for his mistakes. Those will not be there. They will not. Oregon is a good team. Now, last time we played, Eric, the same thing happened. The biggest difference in this team, both offensively and defensively, the last game and this game, is the red zone. Statistically, we're better in the red zone on both sides of the ball.
Yes, we are.
Than they are. So that's the difference in this game statistically. But I love what you're saying. That underneath stuff is going to be there all day long. What I want to see, which I think will be there big time and can get us those chunk yards to make up for the long passes, is getting our running backs involved in the passing game like we did last game.
Yeah. So last game we had we had four throws to the running back, okay, against Oregon, which I was told going up against the team up north that we were going to use our backs in the passing game immensely. And they didn't do it, which is frustrating because the one time they did, it was a 15-yard gain by Henderson on a little out route. And it's like, it would have been there all game long. And I was at the game. Like, Devin, you have no idea how open Travion Henderson was in that game all game long. Yeah. And then against Tennessee, we do it, and look what happens. Like, they're gashing them, right? The other interesting note that is to take a note that he gave me, the other nugget, which I share, I've gone on to share in some videos that we were going to have produced. The offensive line, the changes that have been made because of losing Seth McLaughlin and losing Simmons and kicking Donovan out to tackle, we're not getting the push up the middle.
Yep.
Judkins' yards per carry has gone down.
Yeah.
Since then, immensely. But interesting to note, Travion's yards per carry have not gone down since then. His yards per carry have stayed the same, even given those injuries, which makes sense because if you think about it, if we're not getting the same push up the middle, it obviously hurts Quinshon's yards per carry because he was literally hitting the hole and not getting touched until the linebackers, right?
Yeah.
And so now he's getting hit at the line of scrimmage. He's having a more difficult time producing yards per carry after the fact because the holes just aren't there up the middle. Yeah. So whatever kind of scheming or drawing up that Chip can do to try to get Quinshon more involved is going to be interesting. If it were me, Dev, I would just say, you know what, Quinshon, look, you're going to be our cowbell in short yardage, goal line short yardage, right? Yeah. Travion, this is your game, brother. Like, and when they think that we're going to key on you, this is when that moment that we haven't seen all year, when you really use the tight end, because the tight end is going to be wide open in this game, Devin. Yeah. Because they're going to be looking at Travion. They're going to be looking on the outside at our receivers, and the tight end is going to be there. And if there's one thing we know about Chip, he loves to use the tight end in the passing, and he hasn't done it yet this year. It's really because we just don't have a stud receiving tight end guy. But I'm here to tell you, G. Scott, this is that game where if he's on and he's open, he can have a big moment in this game.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, I agree with all of those things 100%. Running backs and tight ends in the passing game, they're going to be open. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Will Howard, and I know he does. Will Howard's been in this game long enough. We can all relax a little bit. We know how mentally prepared Will Howard is for everything. The dude can throw an interception and come out and play ball like he never did. That Team Up North game, scratch that out of your memory, get it gone. That's not the norm for Will Howard. So, for me, I'm honestly not concerned on the offensive side of the ball. I think we're going to score plenty of points. I think we're going to score in the 30s, maybe even the 40s. So, I think we're going to score plenty of points enough to win this game. My main concern is on defense because they have a very good offense, speedy receivers. Mm-hmm. My number one question, and I want to ask you guys this. I know both these go hand in hand, but what is more important to you guys? If you could only pick one, do you pick eliminate the long passing plays or get sacks and put pressure on Gabriel? Which one would you pick?
It's the latter. It's B because that affects A. Yeah. If our defensive line is getting pressure on Dylan Gabriel, it's ball game. It's over. Yeah. It's absolutely done. And I think Jim Knowles knows that. But I also think Jim Knowles knows, like, if I have to use my linebackers and my safeties in order to get pressure on Dylan Gabriel, I'm really leaving my corners on an island, and that didn't go so well the first time.
No.
Yeah.
And so this game comes down to that defensive line in a lot of ways. Like if they handle Oregon's offensive line like they did against Tennessee, just mark it down. It's ball game. I'm sorry, Oregon, you're toast.
Yeah,
because those boys will eat this. They will eat Dylan Gabriel up in this game.
Yeah,
he will.
I think,
by the way, he will make mistakes. He will turn the ball over.
Oh yeah, we get pressure on him. I said that the first game. Now,
yeah.
Here's the thing: if our defense cannot get pressure on him and it's a shootout, it's going to be like the first time. It's going to come down to a call by the refs. It's going to come down to a fourth quarter drive or a fourth quarter stop. That's the one thing I'm going to be looking at. Can we apply pressure to Gabriel? If we come out in the first quarter and we're getting pressure on him, it doesn't have to be sacks. We just got to get him out of the pocket or just put pressure on him or hit him after he throws it. I'm going to feel very good about this game. Taco brought up a very good point. I got it on my list to bring up earlier. If you guys noticed during the Tennessee game, did you guys see how much Optimus Prime was moved around JJ?
Yeah.
The dude was in the slot against,
he was. They were using him as a decoy too. Because again, if they move him around and they're so concerned on him, but his first read is to Emeka Egbuka, knowing, look, we're not going to be able to give him 4 seconds to throw the football, 2 a max. Like this line's going to give you 2. You got to get rid of the ball, Will. All right, we're gonna move Smith. Yeah, over here. Everybody's eyes goes to him. Now it's Emeka one-on-one, and he knows that. I'm going to run a little 5-yard out route. It's absolutely cake to him, right? So that was Chip's fingerprints were all over that game, and I'm here to tell you they weren't against Michigan.
No.
Well, that's Eric. Just so you know, I mean, on my end, a lot of people won't believe what I say, but it is known, it is factual that statement you just said is true. Ryan Day's hands were all over the Michigan offensive game plan. That's a fact. That's not a guess by me. That is literally in concrete. It's known. The Tennessee game, kind of like after the Oregon game, Ryan Day let Jim Knowles do what he wanted to do on defense. Before, Ryan Day had always had, hey, man, let's make sure we don't give up those big plays. That was like his number one thing. Therefore, less pressure. You know what I mean? You got to keep those 2 safeties deep. After the Oregon game, he said, you know what? Jim Knowles, do your thing, bro. You do it. You know what I mean? So there was growth in Ryan Day. Then we saw it on the offensive side of the ball. We saw the Michigan game. And now when we played Tennessee, I'm sure Ryan Day was like, yo, Chip, do your thing, bro. That's what a head coach should do.
No, absolutely.
And those are the good things about, Ryan Day. And the other big part of this is kind of bringing up Frosty Mug put in here about how much Oregon rushed for 170 yards on Michigan. OSU rushed for 77. I mean, look at the offensive line things that we have gone through. Ryan Day brought it up. When you look at the games we struggled in where us fans were so bent out of shape, it was when we had to make those changes. And I don't think we put enough weight on how much that affects a team.
Oh, yeah.
Making changes on the offensive line is a very
especially
big deal.
the offensive line.
Yeah, you got to have chemistry.
That's the number one place that's the number one area where when you got to make a change, it's going to affect the team more. If you got to change a wide receiver, okay. You know what I'm saying? You got to change the running back, okay. I mean, even on the defensive line. But offensive line, when you make a change, it takes a long time to gel. We've seen that now.
Yeah,
now
Dev, you're in construction. You know this. Hey, I want to work on. I want to do a bathroom remodel. Oh, no problem. I need to redo my entire foundation of my house.
Yeah.
Huh? Dude. That's what your offensive line is, dude. It's your foundation, right?
That goes from a $20,000 bid to an over $100,000 bid. It's a pretty big difference. It's a big difference.
If you look at the whole line, though, I mean, those guys got to be in unison. Like all at once, they got to be perfect, man. You got to have that chemistry. And when one guy's out of place, the whole thing can blow up in your face.
The best explanation I ever heard to offensive line was it's an orchestra. When it's all tuned up, it sounds beautiful. It looks beautiful. When you've got one instrument not singing the right song, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely true with the offensive line. Listen, guys, I got to go. I'll leave you with this. Tonight, we're going to be unveiling a new T-shirt, so you're not going to want to miss that.
Nice.
So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be
the Lunatic Fringe.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We want to invite all of you to join us tonight if you can make it. If not, we understand. But 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be having our roundtable for that. So check that out. Also, we'll be downloading. It's downloading right now. Our Rose Bowl preview with the Quack 12 podcast is coming out with Adam. So it's a lot of fun. So a lot of these nuggets are going to be in there as well. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy it. If we don't talk to you before, enjoy the Rose Bowl. Gotta go.
Thanks,
love you,
brother.
Yeah, love you, Eric. Take care, brother. I got to correct something he said real fast. Make it to the Ohio Podcast Show. You don't have an excuse. It's Sunday. You're chilling. Turn it on, man. Listen to it. They're great over there. We got another guest that's been waiting down below. By the way, let me post this link one more time. If you're in the chat, listen, let me tell you something. If you're in the chat and you're nervous to come in, that's not an excuse. Bro, we're chill as all get out. We don't give a dang. Come on, bro. We're just chilling over here. If you think you might want to maybe possibly hit that button and come on the show, hit the dang thing, bro. You only live once. Try it. Who gives a crap? If you come on here and you screw up or say something, who cares, dude? It's a freaking YouTube show. Hit the button, dude. Stop playing games. Hit the button and come on the show. We're going to bring Tyler on. Sean Rollins real fast. Gifted another Buckeye Boys membership. Thank you so much, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Tyler, how you doing, brother?
Dev, Sean.
Tyler, my brother. What's good?
Bro, we're blessed, man. Let us have it, dude. What's up with these quacks, man?
I think they're very obnoxious, Dev.
You don't say.
Yeah, I thought Michigan fans were wild.
Yeah.
I thought Tennessee fans were wild. No, these Oregon fans are something special.
Well, especially after the result of the first game, they're going to be very loud. But Tyler, I got one question for you, Sean. You got to answer this too. You have one thing that you want to see from these Buckeyes. One thing and one thing only you can pick from. Your number one thing that the Buckeyes need to do this game to win. And you can't give a compound answer like we need to get pressure and our DBs need to play good or our running backs need to get a bunch of yards with our wide receivers running good routes. No. One specific thing that you want to see from these Buckeyes as your number one, Tyler, what is it?
Executing.
No, not specific enough. Try again.
Okay. All right. So, because I'm going to go off of what you said earlier, Dev.
Yeah, that's fine.
Game plan execution. You got to execute the game plan of if your players are set up in position, you got to put the players got to make the tackles, got to make the blocks.
Now, Tyler, let me pause you for a second. Now that you've said execution, let me ask you, number one, on which side of the ball? Which side of the ball is number one this game? Does our defense need to execute the best or our offense? You cannot choose both. You got to pick one. Which
defense.
one needs to? Okay, I like it. That'd be the same answer I have. More specifically, here's the answer I was looking for. Here's my answer. Actually, Sean, give me your answer first.
My answer is make Gabriel uncomfortable, sack him, hit him, punish him, make that guy want to make him run for his life. He had all day to throw that first game, man. He could have been back there making himself a sandwich, and we weren't getting any pressure on him.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I'm going to push back. I was going to push back while Eric was on here, but I wanted to let him get his things off his chest. For me, man, if I ask that question, what's more important, pressure on Gabriel or take away the deep passes? I'm picking the deep passes every single time. I'm not picking pressure on the quarterback. If somehow we don't get pressure on the quarterback, but Denzel and Iggy and Lathan and Downs and Hancock shut down the deep pass, I don't think Oregon has a chance in hell at winning this game because they've been bailed out a lot by them long, deep throws. Why? Because they're very skilled. Their quarterback is very, very good. Their wide receivers are very, very good. So if I had to, now I understand that if you get pressure on them, those most likely don't happen. I'm still picking Eliminate the deep. Eliminate because you can get pressure on the quarterback. He can still chuck it up and they can get it. Nah, bro. I want to eliminate the deep shots, and I think this game's a wrap.
Oh, Deb, I completely agree. Because even with I'm recovering from my allergies, so even if Oregon has a good offense, you're forcing them to go down the field 10, 15 play drives. Can they do that all game long against this defense? I don't think so. Go out and execute.
I mean, if you look when they played Boise in Idaho, when they actually got pressure on Gabriel, he looked horrible. That's when they gave him time. When he was given time, he picks everybody apart. And you got those fast it's like us, man. We got them fast receivers. You give Will Howard time, man. No one's gonna cover those receivers that long. I mean, we need to we need to be in his face. No clear throwing lanes. You get a chance to put him on his back. Put him on his back. If he wants to run that option, destroy him. Make him uncomfortable. Make him scared.
Yeah, I just think more and more this game comes down to the defensive side of the ball, and I think our defense has all the players, all the tools, the scheme, everything. They've already failed at it. The best learning tool in the universe, hands down, it's not even a question, is failure. There's nothing else better in this world that can teach people things. It's failure. They failed. They will be ready, I promise you. Now, let me give my shout out to Oregon real fast. Very good football team. Very, very dangerous.
Absolutely.
If you let them build and gain momentum, watch the heck out. They're number one for a reason. They're undefeated for a reason. They're very good. So when we're up here talking, Oregon fans, at least me personally, I'm not sitting here saying that this is going to be easy. Now, if you ask me personally, I'm a little bit of a homer here, but if Ohio State plays their best game of the year and Oregon plays their best game of the year, I think it's an absolute, I think we win by 2 touchdowns.
I agree.
What do you think, Sean?
I think my score prediction was actually 35-21. I think we won by 2 touchdowns, 14 points. I think it could be close early, but I think we're going to pull away from them.
Yo, hey, if you're in the chat, go back up, hit the link, dude. Come on. What's everybody doing? I'm going to put it in there again. Everybody's
join the show.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Melo's son. It's his 21st birthday. Happy birthday to Melo's son.
Heck yeah, dude.
Happy birthday.
I'll be heading that way tomorrow to see Melo. I've never actually seen Melo in person, so it's going to be our first little meetup. I'm stoked, dude. Me and him and Brad, we're going to be at the Rose Bowl. I'm stoked. What up, Vader? Vader's in the chat, man.
Should we get the bail money ready for you guys?
Just to be transparent with everybody, I've been arrested over 20 times in my life. I'm not bragging about it. I'm just telling you that Jesus is wonderful. I don't get arrested anymore. So what I mean by that is because I know how to get arrested makes me really good at not getting arrested. So no, I will not be arrested. You don't need bail money for me. I'm good to go. Yeah, Melo's the troublemaker. You got to keep an eye on him, dude. Got to keep an eye on Melo.
So I got a question for this game, guys.
All right, what is it?
Shoot.
So I've been thinking this for today. If Oregon loses this game and all their accomplishments they've done this year, going 13-0 in their first time in the Big Ten, would it be considered a failure or would it be considered a success?
Now, that is a beautiful question,
Wow.
Tyler. I've been meaning to ask that. Let me put it in a different way, just to help people. If you were, obviously, right, if we're Buckeye fans and we want to trade places with Oregon, let's say we win this game, Would you rather win this game? Matter of fact, question for the chat. Would you rather win this game or have the Big Ten title? Which one would you rather be? The Big Ten champs or lose in the quarterfinals of the playoffs?
This game.
This game easy.
I'll trade a Big Ten title for that. Not even a question.
Mine's not even close whatsoever. And that goes back to the question, and I do want to get your guys' opinion. I want to hear your explanation, and this is a whole different subject, but I just want to bring it up. By the way, Sean Rollins asked the weather. The weather is supposed to be sunny, 70 degrees, perfect weather. That's what the weather is supposed to be. That's what I'm seeing. No rain, no nothing, bro. It's supposed to be 70 degrees, probably pretty darn good football weather. Not too hot, not too cold. So I'm going to take yourself back to this, man. If you had to choose on beating Scum or winning the title this year, this perfect scenario, right? We lost to Scum. Let's say we go on to win the national title. Would you trade that national title for a win over Scum? My answer is no. And my answer is no because I just feel like a natty is valued way more. People remember a natty. That's what this game is played for. That's the ultimate championship. Now, two things can be true. Just because I say that does not mean I don't give a dang about the Scum game. It does not mean that I care less about the Scum game. That sucks. Like, beyond belief, it sucks. It affected my life. It affected my personal life that we lost that game. I hated it more than anything. But what do I love more than I hate losing to them? Winning a national title. I love winning a national title way more than I hate losing to Scum. Now, that's just me, right? So, Tyler, and it's okay to have a different opinion. That's the beautiful thing about college football. If you're a fan, you can be a fan however the flip you want to be, bro. I don't give a dang. You can say no, and you're allowed to have different opinions. That doesn't. We still root for the same team. So, Tyler, what's your answer to that question?
It's like, so to me, it's like picking your mom or your dad. Like, it's who do you want? Who do you love more? You love your mom or your dad? Me, it's I want that national championship. It lasts forever. Gold pants are just they're just plastic gold and painted pants. Like, it's like, yeah, the rivalry is the rivalry, but it's with the way college football is transitioning now, it's almost like, yeah, you lost to them, but you brought home the championship. So it's like you brought home the big trophy, the big gold trophy. And that's my opinion. So what? We lost to them. We won the championship at the end. That's all that counts.
Yeah,
guys, Sean? I'm 45 years old, and I've seen 2 national championships. I've seen us beat Michigan 8 times in a row, man. I want another natty. You know what I mean? If there's one thing that can trump the Michigan game is winning the natty. The natty's the ultimate trump card. You're the national champion.
Yeah, Taco, I agree. You have to win that game. But what I'm saying is just because we pick a natty over that game, it doesn't mean like we're diminishing that game. It does not, because I pick a natty over that game doesn't mean I care less about that game. I promise you I do not. I promise you. Like,
I mean, I paid $500 to go to that game. I mean, I care about
the only thing in this universe above that game is a national title. That's it. There's nothing else for me above that game. Like, that's just what it is. I watch Ohio State football. I watch them for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, to win a national title. Reason number 2, to beat the team up north. That's what it is. I mean, there's no other way around it. That's what it is for me. But like I said, I just encourage you, just because another Ohio State fan has a different opinion than me and they say, hey, I want to beat Scum more than I want to win a national title. That's cool. you know what both things are in common there? We still both want the Buckeyes to win, dude. Okay?
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what we still both want them to win, dude. So
I know some guys
cool.
that would say, hey, I don't care if we lose all the games this year as long as we beat Michigan, I'm happy. There's a lot of people that are like that, and I get it. You know, I hate them too, but if we get a chance to win a natty, we got to win a natty, man.
Those opportunities don't come by that often.
No.
No.
So when you have those opportunities, you got to capitalize on them.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Well, Tyler, we appreciate you joining us. Do you have any closing thoughts or comments or anything that you want to add before we get you out of here?
Yeah, I got one more thing, Dev.
Gotcha. Let's hear it.
I feel very confident going this game. There's just something about this game that reminds me of 2014. Everyone thinks that nobody wants us to win. Let's just keep it honest. Nobody wants us to win because if we win, everyone has to sit back and just take it all. Just take it and just say Ohio State is national champions. They can't say anything. So I think we're going to win by 3 touchdowns.
Okay. Now, Tyler, give me one absolutely absurd offensive prediction for the game.
One offensive.
Like JJ's got 3 touchdowns, 200 yards. Trey rushes for 150 with 3 tutties. Something.
What about my prediction a couple days ago? JJ throws the touchdown.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
I like
cool.
it. Yeah. Okay. All right, Tyler. We appreciate you joining us, dude. I appreciate you always being in the chat, supporting the Buckeye boys. Look forward to the Rose Bowl, man. But on that note, go Buckeyes. OH, Tyler.
I.O.
Thanks, Tyler. Great
Love
dude,
it,
man.
Now, listen, I'm going to say it again, dude. If I see so many people in the chat that should go back up and find the link, I'll put it in there again for you. I see so many people in the chat. You're in here every night. You follow the Buckeyes like crazy. Get on here and say something about the Buckeyes. Just hit the link. Come on. It can just be a couple minutes. You can say, Devin, I just want to say one comment, bounce up out of here. That's cool. I just put it in the chat. Hit the link, man. Hit it, dude. You're in here all the time. You know enough. Get on there and say something. All right, Sean, here we go, man. I want us to do 3 predictions on both sides of the ball. They could be as crazy or as chill as you want. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with my offensive. I'm going to do an offensive prediction first. Okay. A lot of people talk about these trick plays. We know Dan Lanning's got something up his sleeve. I think we're ready for it. But we watched Emeka Egbuka have the opportunity to throw a pass this year on one trick play. It did not go good. So I'm predicting, right, if we run a trick play, it involves Emeka Egbuka throwing a pass. So Emeka Egbuka is going to have some passing yards this game. That's my first offensive prediction for the game. Sean, which one of yours?
I'm going to say Carnell Tate gets 2 tutties and 100 yards.
I like it, bro. I like it, man. I'm going to go with oh, shoot, dude. I got too many names going through my head. Who is the Kazmarek? Will Kazmarek will have a receiving touchdown this game. That's what I believe. Sean.
I think that G. Scott will have a receiving touchdown this game. Not Will Kazmarek. I think G. Scott will be the one that gets one from the tight end room.
Yeah. Kenneth, yeah, we already read that. Mark's $100 super chat, man. Yeah, we already read that in there. Don't forget, man, if you got a question, bro, super chat us, man. Let's see what we got.
Or hit the link, guys. Come on the show with us, man.
Yeah. Johnny Olden, hit that link in there, bro. Come on here. Let's hear you talk some trash, bro. You know you want to come on here. Hit the link, Johnny.
Johnny Olden, big Buckeye fan. Great Buckeye fan.
Johnny Odin, yeah, he is actually known for his Buckeye fandom. He has 2 different names that he goes by. So we'll see. Get on here, Johnny. Let's see. My third one. Here's my third one. I'm going to go, let's go with, I'm just going to take this one lightly, right? So I'm going to go Will Howard, 3 passing touchdowns with 1 rushing touchdown.
Mine was going to be Will Howard throwing for over 350 yards this game.
Okay.
I think he's going to light it up, man.
So he's going to get close to being as good as Kyle McCord. Is that what you're saying?
Hopefully he doesn't throw the 3 pick sixes like McCord did that game. So,
hey, check it out. We just got somebody else join the show,
all
man. Right. We're going to see if it works. We'll see if their internet works enough, but I'm pumped for this one. Caris. Caris, can you...
Beth! Huh? It's Beth!
Hey, Beth!
Beth. Awesome. Hey. How are you, hon?
I'm good.
Good to hear from you.
Thanks.
Well, we appreciate you hitting that link, Beth. It takes some courage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then you get pretty nervous. But we're just chilling, man. It's just like you're having a conversation with your husband or a friend. But I said, we're not, we're just chilling over here, dude. So, Beth, let me ask you a question. Question number 1. What do you think Will Howard's going to do this game? Do you have faith that Will Howard is going to show up this game?
Yes.
Yes. Caris said yes, too. He's here also.
Okay.
Caris.
Hey.
Yo, what up, Caris?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good, man. We're good.
Good.
I tell you what, Dub, I got to meet these two at the Scoop meetup, and they are awesome. I sat with them. First time ever meeting them. I sat with them for a few hours, man. Awesome people, man.
Yeah. I would love to meet him as well.
Thank you. Yeah. So I honestly believe that Will Howard is going to take control of this game. He felt burned, especially the way it ended. And I also think our defense is going to want vindication. So I'm on the more positive side. Everyone thinks I'm nuts, but I think we're going to win 42-7.
I don't think he was.
I freaking love it. I love that score prediction.
I think that our defense was humiliated that game, and they want retribution.
Yeah. Hey, I agree with you there. I think this defense is going to turn up and surprise a lot of people. My score prediction is a little different, but boy, would I love your score prediction to be true. I have no doubt about that. Caris, do you have faith in Ryan Day, Chip Kelly, and Jim Knowles for this game?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
As long as Ryan Day sticks to not interfering in the offense and does what we did with Tennessee.
Just get the heck out of the way.
It's not even. They're not gonna
do what they are there to do. You're the head coach. Let the offensive coordinator do his thing. Let the defensive coordinator do his thing, and all will be right with the world.
Yeah.
Amen.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we got somebody else that's going to join the show. Caris, Beth, you guys got any final words for Buckeye Nation before we let you off here?
Just positive vibes.
Yes.
I definitely see good things, and my gut has been right so far. I think we're winning the Natty. I think, especially if we beat Oregon, it's going to be it. Georgia doesn't have what it takes to beat us this year, and I think it might be us in Notre Dame, to be honest with you.
Nice. I like it. Well, Beth, Caris, we appreciate you joining the show. On that note, go Buckeyes. OH.
I-O.
All right.
That was exciting. Well, it looks like people are listening. We got another one. Never spoken to this gentleman before. I've seen him in the chat a couple times. We got, love the name, bro. Sewerman69. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? You're muted,
buddy.
Gotcha. What's going on?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Man, I can't complain. I was just sitting here checking you boys out. I figured I'd join in.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. What you think about all this talk, dude? What do you think about, we had a 42-7 score prediction. My score prediction is 38-24. Buckeyes, I know we've lost to it once. It was at home or whatever. But I love the momentum of the Buckeyes right now, the momentum of the offense, the whole 9 yards, dude. What are you thinking, man?
I'm going to go back to the Weasel game. See, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so up here we call them Weasels. I actually think they may have done us a favor. I tell people sometimes a good ass kicking is good for the soul. So with us losing that game, and let me say this too, and it's not hating. Let me make no mistake about it. We beat ourselves. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't do anything all that special. I tell all my Weasel friends the same thing. We beat ourselves. They didn't do nothing all that special. We just caught a brain fart and whatever the case may be. But that's in the past. That's over with. But let me tell you this. I think they did us a favor. I think it woke these young men up. And I think they pissed off. And I think they're gonna wreak a little havoc going forward. My prediction score-wise, now I think it's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
I'm predicting like 38-31.
Gotcha.
Maybe 38, 34, 27-ish.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be somewhere in that ballpark, but I think we're definitely going to win. I think it's going to be one of those where Oregon may get out early on us.
Yeah.
But then we're going to settle down, make adjustments, especially like in the second half. I think we're going to have a big second half and get the lead, pull away, and hold on and get the victory.
Yeah.
At least that's my gut feeling.
Yeah. I like that approach, man, because you hear a lot of people talking about that, about the fact that they won in the regular season, and now we're playing for a second time in the playoffs where it means way more. You know what I mean? We made the playoffs, so some could argue that it doesn't mean a dang thing that we lost to them, right? We just didn't win the Big Ten title. That's all we didn't win as of right now. Now we have the opportunity. We know how hard it is to beat a team twice, right?
Yeah.
It was a 1-point loss at home, you know, and we saw the plays, the calls at the end of the game, the whole 9 yards. That's football, though. You got to leave no doubt. Like that's the only way to win a game. Do what Tennessee does, or do what we did against Tennessee. Then you don't have to worry about calls. You don't have to worry about offensive PI and all that stuff. So that's why Ryan Day has been preaching that. But I love your prediction, man, and I think that we lost this game, and there's plenty of motivation on this team to come out and show them otherwise. So I love where the Buckeyes are at, dude. I absolutely love where they're at.
I think they're in a great place. And listen, let me comment on these Oregon Ducks fans. These football, these fans are something else. You know, I even listen to Johnny Oden sometime. I check his podcast.
Hey, Sewer Man, real fast. Let me tell you something. Johnny Olden is waiting on deck to come on the show. Do you want me to bring him on right now so we can have a conversation?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, everybody, Johnny, we know he comes in the chat all the time. Johnny's a good dude, man. We're going to have our normal bicker back and forth. It's what it is. That's what makes college football so great. That's what makes this rivalry so great. So we're going to be as friendly as we can be. Let's not be going crazy. Now, Johnny, what's up, my dude?
Johnny!
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, J.O.?
Not much.
I knew you'd hit that link and come in, man. I'm glad you're here, bro. Appreciate you joining us for the show. We're going to let Johnny, he brought your name up, so we're going to let Sewer Man continue what he's got to say real fast, and then we'll ask you your thoughts.
Jay, I was watching one of your podcasts, and you had mentioned how obnoxious the Oregon Ducks fans were, and you were saying you were this close to rooting for us over them.
Bro, I hate Oregon, bro. Dead landing.
But they fit, but see, and another thing you brought up, J.O., I like, you was like, with Ohio State, and we call y'all the Weasels. I'm from Cleveland. We call y'all the Weasels. But when it comes to Ohio State and the Weasels, it's like this. There's still a line of respect there. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you guys can say to us that nobody else can, and vice versa. So I'm looking at these Oregon fans like, wait a minute. I said, you got the audacity to want to talk smack and haven't never hoisted a trophy or anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
like that.
And for what? That's the thing. I can see up north fans being arrogant. I can see us being arrogant because that history's there. What history Oregon got?
None.
You know what I'm saying?
They lost championships.
Oh man, look, they make me sick. I tell you, but and like I said, there's no respect there. I could say team up north, hate them all you want to. There's still that respect there, just for over the years and the rivalry and the Woody and the Bo, all that comes into play. You still that respect there. Oregon, man, get it, man, go ahead and watch.
Hey, I knew it was gonna get real when the team out west popped up, dude. I was like, oh, bro.
Please, what team out west? Please,
get out of here, dude.
If they beat y'all again, y'all got to call them that.
They still don't get it for me. No. Not yet. If
they got to earn it.
They got to give us a little more. I know they came in. Props to them, bro. They beat us. They came in first year in the Big Ten. They win it. I mean, huge props. But, bro, college football is old. It's been played for a long time. You got to have some history to go back on. They don't have any. Now, do I think they're going to build some? I do. I think that, Dan Lanning's a good coach. They got that Nike money and all their
coach.
Yeah, all their shoe deals. They're going to build some history, but they got to earn it. They're not if for some reason a blind squirrel found a nut every once in a while and they beat us again, they don't get. I'm not calling them the team out west, not yet. Even if they win a natty, nah, bro, you got to win 2, 3, 4, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
They came in fast, want y'all respect too. They gotta go. They want the history, everything that's happened over the years. Like this goes back long time when Oregon wasn't even thought of as a football team or anything. Like, bro, like it doesn't happen that quick. All these battles and back and forths with Michigan and Ohio State. Like it
go back years, man.
Build that up.
Dude, you can't give yourself your own nickname. You know what I mean? You gotta. That's just lame, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, our rivalry goes back to a war, an actual war that was fought, man. You ain't Oregon. Come on, man. But Johnny, I need your. I'm guessing I already know your opinion, but now I'm a little intrigued, knowing how you feel about Oregon. What's your prediction of this game, man?
I got Oregon winning, but saying that I wouldn't be surprised if y'all beat them.
Yeah.
The big question for me is, can y'all get pressure on Dylan Gabriel without blitzing? If y'all can't get pressure on him without blitzing, you might be in trouble.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. So without just our 4 down linemen being able to get pressure, because if we have to put in special pressure packages with bringing in a secondary or a safety or a linebacker, then that's going to open up their passing game even more, which is their most threatening offensive weapon that they have. So
exactly. Dylan Gabriel's not somebody you really want to blitz. He's seen it all. This dude is the most experienced college quarterback ever. Yeah. So blitzing, that's not saying that even if you do blitz, he's going to be prepared for it because he's the most prepared quarterback ever. He's seen it all. Yeah. So you want to be able to get pressure with 4, because if you have to put those extra guys trying to get at the quarterback, it's going to create problems on your back end.
Yeah.
I'm worried about his legs. I'm worried about his legs myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing our defense has been bad at this year is containing the quarterback.
Yes.
Sometimes we get too deep on that pass rush and we've exposed the middle. And I mean, Raiola ran on us, man. And
he's
that guy's
gone.
big and fat.
Yeah. So for me, I want to get your guys' opinion on it as well. But for me, I'm a little bit of a homer. But after watching the Tennessee game and, how daunting their defense was statistically before the game at least, I think we obviously clicked on all cylinders offensively. Last game, we scored 31 points against them. I would argue that's enough points to where we should have won that game. I don't expect us to have trouble scoring, so I'm not worried about the offensive side of the ball. But Johnny and Sewer, man, Johnny, I want to get your opinion first. Do you think we're going to have trouble scoring?
No, Oregon's defense has shown that they're probably the weakest part of their team, that they will give up points. We saw it to Penn State. We saw it against Boise State. We've seen their defense give up points. We saw it against y'all the first time. The thing about your offense is, will they make you be one-dimensional? Because the second half in that game, you couldn't run the ball, which you want to be able to do. Oregon could do whatever they wanted to do, run or pass against y'all. Mm-hmm. The second half, they made y'all one-dimensional. Now it's all on Will Howard. And he stepped up, but,
Not enough.
Exactly. So
Yeah. Sewer, man, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. You're definitely going to have to run the ball. Like I said, though, I believe we're going to start off a little slow, but I think we're going to make adjustments, most likely in the second half. And then in the second half, I think we'll put together a game plan offensively where we'll be able to put some points up. And hopefully old Jimmy boy got a hell of a game plan for him, defensively. And, it'll be on to Texas then, more likely.
Yeah. I'll push back on you just a little bit, Sewer Man, and of course you're going to have different perspectives of the game. So for me, last time we played Oregon was the first game that we scored on the very first possession. I mean, we marched directly down the field and scored, no issues. It didn't seem like we were going to have any problems the rest of the game. So I think the slow start, even though it was a pattern at the beginning of the year, I think with the momentum carried over from that Tennessee game, and the play calling and moving around Optimus Prime and the misdirection from Chip Kelly, the new offensive line seeming to be working because we're utilizing their skill sets instead of trying to pound it right down the middle, which we are horrible at. Please, God, no.
Yeah.
I think we're going to come out rocking and rolling. And for me, if Oregon wins this game, it is a very high-scoring game. That's just me. I think if this is a shootout and neither one of the defenses can stop, then it's anybody's game. It's going to be a game like last time where it comes down to a fourth quarter stop or a fourth quarter drive or a call going your way or not going your way. But if our defense can step up and eliminate some of those big chunk plays, I like our chances way better. Johnny, what's your thoughts on that?
Same thing. Same thing. Like, you got to stop the chunk plays, and I think they're going to try to do it to y'all too. Just the same way Michigan tries to do it. I always say in my pregame before the Ohio State game, limit the big plays. They can get a big play, just don't let it be a big touchdown play. So you can give up the 40-yard bomb, but don't let it be a 40-yard touchdown bomb. So you want to keep those safeties high. If I'm Oregon and probably Ohio State also, I want those safeties high. I don't want to give up that big bomb touchdown pass. I want them to matriculate down the field slowly. You have to continue to execute. The more plays you have to run, that's more chances of you not executing. So
I got you. Sewer Man, what's your
both of these games last week and this week for Ohio State, these matchups are interesting to me. I didn't think y'all would do Tennessee like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't either. So.
I was surprised too.
Yeah,
big time. So here's my thing. So I think offensively, you definitely is going to have to throw the ball downfield, like you said, Jo. 30-yard passes, 40-yard passes, whether they're touchdowns or not. Hopefully they are, but you're still going to have to make those throws, at least attempt them. One thing I'm worried about is they don't revert back to the Weasel game and forget how to throw, downfield. You understand what I'm saying? You Chip got to go in his bag. You still got to attempt those throws. You still got to attempt them.
Got to make them stay honest.
You have to. You got to do it. And I'm sure Oregon's going to do the same thing. I'm sure Lanning is coming up with a game plan probably similar to ours, and he's going to test our boys, Hancock, Burke, and Iggy and those guys. He's going to test them.
Yeah.
He's going to test them. That's why I say I hope Jimbo hopefully got some in his bag, to kind of counteract what Oregon's going to come at us with.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
But one thing about our defense last week, though, is they're running more stunts with our defensive linemen and not blitzing as much as the week before. So, I mean, that's a good thing. And then we were rotating. Our guys were fresh in the fourth quarter, and you could tell the difference, man. During the Michigan game, we were worn out. Talik Williams was bent over, huffing and puffing. I mean, you can't play those guys that many snaps, man.
No.
So finally, they wisened up and rotated.
Yeah, the rotation thing is going to be huge. But you fellas are on here. You're going to close out the show with us. We have ran out of time here on the Buckeye Boys. I could talk for days. I feel like us four could go just around and around and around. But any final words, Johnny, for Buckeye Nation, College Football Nation, man? What's your final? I can't wait to hear these final words. Let's hear it.
I appreciate y'all. And I know people always say, why are you always in here? I grew up in the rivalry. I was born in Michigan, and I have a podcast. So I want to know what Ohio State fans are saying. I come on here because it's good shows. They're all good shows. Like I've got Chris's number. I've got Ron's number. You know, I'm on these shows and I can reach out to all these people. So they're cool dudes. But I'm in these spaces because I want to know. I want to know Ohio State just as well as Michigan, so I can speak on it, and I want to have my pulse on the fan base. What you're saying. So I know if all the Ohio State fans want Ryan Day fired, I can say it. I see it. You know,
so, for sure.
That's why I'm in these spaces. You know, we did it again to y'all. You know, I had to.
Yeah, I know.
We did it again.
Well, hey, you earned it. You earned it.
Regardless,
we did it to ourselves.
Oh no, my brother.
Well, Johnny,
we did it to ourselves, man. Y'all didn't do anything special. We went in there. What you? Hey, Johnny, you know I watched you. What are the first things you said about Will Howard? You said he got some bonehead in him. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Right? How did he play?
Just like I expected.
Hey, fellas, we got another guest coming on, so we can't shut her down yet, but we're going to let you two go. Johnny, I respect the heck out of you. Thanks for coming on the show, man. We enjoy seeing you in the chat. I know you give us a hard time every once in a while, but you're one of the few Team Up North fans I respect, so please keep joining us. You're always welcome here on the Buckeye Boys. Sewer Man, same to you. It was a pleasure. An honor having you guys on. You guys stay blessed. Take care, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Take it easy.
Go Blue.
Yep.
All right.
O-H-I-O. All right. We got an unknown. I don't know who this is. Who's TG? We're going to bring him on and find out who it is. Yo, TG, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Dev?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, dude?
I'm good. I'm trying to figure out who this is. Who is this?
Okay, I'm going to tell you I'm a girl.
Yeah, I can tell. I didn't mean to call you dude. I apologize for that.
No, you're good. No, that's fine.
Hey, I'm glad you hit the link and come on here. But what's your, are you in the chat?
Yeah, actually, I don't type that much in chat, but I always watch you guys' show, as well as other Buckeye shows and other podcasts as well, because I'm a huge sports geek. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Well, we freaking love it. Thank you so much for hitting the link and coming on here. So let us have, let me just ask, are you an Ohio State fan? You just
I practically am, because I always grew up one. The Buckeyes is the reason. The Buckeyes are the reason why I watch college football. They made me a fan of college football, as a matter of fact.
Gotcha.
And other college sports.
Okay. We'll take it. All right. So let us have it. What do you think of the Buckeyes this year? What do you think of the upcoming game with the Buckeyes and the webbed feet? What's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts on the Buckeyes is I always thought they're a great team. I also think they have the habit of shooting themselves in the foot way too many times sometimes. But yes. I really do think that this team is a great team. They have a chance, even with the loss to Michigan, and it sucks because I was rooting for them to win that game. They still have a chance to be one of the best Ohio State teams of all time if they go through this gauntlet and win the Natty. I really do. Now, what I think of this game is I actually think Ohio State will win this game. I actually did predict it to be a close game, but there's a part of me that feels like they could win by more. And the reason why is because when I think of the Oregon game, they had chances to go up by more than they did. They just made too many mistakes. Too many. I also do think that the injury to Joshua Simmons, which was something they weren't expecting, also hurt them in a way because they were doing very well on the line of scrimmage. They just did not. It just once Joshua went down, their ability to run the ball it didn't stop, but it became a little, not as good as it was in the first half. In my opinion.
Yep.
I think eventually they'll figure it out, and they ended up becoming more creative, I would say, in the run game. And not only that, figuring out the offensive line, I was really excited for that. Then Seth McGowan goes down with an injury, and it's like, now you got to figure it out again. Yeah. I was very impressed with Ohio State in this Tennessee game. I really was, because I love how the offensive line looked in this game. I love the play calling. It looked fantastic. I think in this Oregon game, they could win by more, mainly because I do think Oregon played their best against Ohio State. I think they gave them the best shot possible. I do think they will try some different things, but the more I listen to their podcast people, and the more I'm like, if they truly gave a masterclass, and I'm saying this in quotation marks, to Ohio State, they won this game by 1.
Yeah.
And you literally did not see the best version of Ohio State. Why would I think the game would be close if they played their best?
Wow, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, literally, think about it.
Yeah, you nailed that right in the head. That's a good point that I haven't even thought about. The fact that I've always said that I thought Ohio State played to about 70% of their potential. But the other side of that is you see Oregon got that onside kick little attempt that they did. They got a couple turnovers. They got a couple chunk plays. JT crashed down on the running back, knocked the quarterback. So Oregon played the game of their life at home in a very crazy stadium where we lost our best offensive lineman, and we got a couple calls at the end of the game that were a little bit questionable, and we still only lost. Yeah, very true. And we still only lost by 1 point. That's a beautiful point to bring up. I haven't brought it up. I can tell that you watch a lot of football. So
she was right, though.
I do.
She was right. We should have jumped out on them more. I mean, even Urban Meyer and them.
You guys had the chance to go up by 2 touchdowns in that game. You could have won that game by 2 touchdowns, literally.
Yeah.
And they had to settle for a field goal at the beginning. I mean, they had their chances and they just shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, but go back to 2021. I know that was like the worst Ohio State looked in a while. But remember in the Oregon game when you guys played, they beat you by 6. That was the worst y'all played. Honestly, that was probably your worst team. And CJ was inexperienced. They only won that game by 6. And the only reason they won it by 6 is because CJ threw that pick 6. Y'all had a chance to win with the worst version of your team. Like, you're worse against Oregon's best. And if for granted, this is Mario Cristobal. We all know how he is. But that's the thing that just makes me go back and say, if Ohio State ever played their best against Oregon, I don't think some of these games would be close at all. Because if you're telling me that Ohio State at their worst can equal your best, imagine their best against your best. How you think that would wind up?
Well, look in the national championship game in 2015. We threw 3 interceptions and we still kicked the crap out of them.
Pretty much.
I mean,
that's what it got me done to.
Hey, TG, I need you to shoot the Buckeye boys an email if you ever want to. We got to have you on again. I can tell that you love football. You're very good at communicating things. You got your history down. I love it. We could have a lot of. If we had more time, I'd keep you on here a little longer, but we're out of time. But shoot us an email. It's the Buckeye Boys with 3 Z's at gmail.com. We'd love to have you on again. Pretty much anytime you want to come
no problem.
on.
As a matter of fact, I can actually shoot my email in the chat, to be honest.
Yeah, shoot it in there and I'll get it. But is it a Gmail? Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, TG, if you're watching the show,
hey, Sean. TJ's gone. She bolted. I don't know what happened, but hopefully she emails us. TG, we don't know what happened. You didn't have to get off that fast, but don't know what happened. That was a fire phone call. She is on top of her game when it comes to football. She said a lot of good stuff. That was cool.
I'm just going to tell her, if she's watching the show, get into chat with us, man. Talk. Comment with us, man. We'd love to have you in there.
Well, I'm waiting to see if her she puts her email in the chat. I was going to tell her if she puts her whole email, it's not going to pop up in the chat. So, TG, your whole email will not pop up in the chat. So if it's a Gmail, do it in 2 separate. Oh, there it is. There she is. So I'm going to type. I actually forget our email. Is it the Buckeye Boys or
the Buckeye Boys?
That's the same. Yeah. That's the same word, Sean. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Chat, let me ask you a question. I'm putting our full email in the chat. Let me know if you see it or not, because I think sometimes YouTube blocks it. All right, I just put it in there. Chat, can you see that? Yes or no? Do you see the email in there? thebuckeyeboys@gmail.com. Okay, cool. Wow. I didn't know YouTube let that go through. TG, That's our email. Shoot us an email. We'll get you back on here for sure. It was a joy having you. Sean, you got any final words before we get off here?
I just want to thank everybody for watching and supporting us. It was awesome to try this new thing and bring new people on. It was awesome. Great show. And I just want to get to the game, man. I've been pacing around. I've been just clawing, man. I'm ready for the game. Let's go.
Oh, I am more than ready for this game, dude. I am stoked. I'm going to this freaking game. I'm going to be so jacked up. It's not even funny. Either way, it's going to be a good game. I think the Buckeyes are going to drag this one out 38-24. You know, for me, I just don't. I see it being a little bit kind of like Tennessee at the end of at the half. It could go either way. You know what I mean? That's the kind of same feel. I feel like at halftime, that's where we're going to be. I think we're going to have the lead, but I think it's going to be like, okay, we got to come out strong, or we're going to let them back in this game. I think it's going to be the same thing. I think these Buckeyes are just too pumped up. They're too zoned in. Too many seniors came back. The leadership on this team is too good. Will Howard's got too much experience. Jack and JT are playing their best ball, and that's going to be absolutely fundamental in this game. Kenyatta Jackson as well has been, that Tennessee game had his best game as a Buckeye. So watch out for all those guys. I got to say, a lot of confidence in this game. I think it's going to be beautiful. And like she said, like TG said when she came on here, man, look at this, man. These Buckeyes have the opportunity to be known as the best Buckeye football team to ever come through Ohio State. If they beat Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and then Georgia, Penn State, or Notre Dame, watch the heck out, dude. Like, there's no other Ohio State team that has went through a gauntlet like that. No. Well, obviously because there's no 12-team playoff, but still, to run through a gauntlet like that and be the national title, you'd be hard-pressed not to say they're the best Ohio State team that's ever played ball. But we appreciate you, chat, for joining. Please don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Share this feed, help get our name out there. We love you guys. We appreciate you. On that note, go Buckeyes. OH.
I-O.